Charles Hoskinson, Cardano's founder, makes some very big statements about SUI that he thinks it's a great project and he bashes Solana. I'll give you the details. And Coinbase is stepping in to back up Ripple in the SEC's appeal. I'll share all the details there as well. Let's get into it. Hey everybody, welcome into the Thinking Crypto podcast, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. I'm your host, Tony Edward. On your way in, please hit that subscribe button as well as the thumbs up button and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast platform such as Spotify or Apple, please leave a 5-star rating and review. Folks, let's quickly touch on the price of Bitcoin because right now we are still in the sideways, boring chop. It is so annoying. A lot of us are waiting for Bitcoin to break out so we can head to new all-time highs, and that liquidity can then flow down to the altcoins and we have some sort of alt season. Obviously, we are nowhere near the top in this bull market cycle. And remember, bull markets can last for years. But in the micro, we are waiting for the DXY to correct so that risk assets like Bitcoin, crypto, and the stock market and so forth can continue to move higher. And as I was saying for a long time, the DXY could find some strength before it breaks below 100. And boy, is it finding strength. Look at these green candles. I mean, it's incredible on the daily chart here. But make no mistake about it, it will start to break downwards. And one analyst called out this current bounce, saying it is technically nothing but a dead cat bounce, potentially a 2-month one on the 1-month moving average 50 that in our opinion by Q2 2025 should have priced the bottom of the channel. Now, I don't fully agree with the timeline that it may take that long. We could be in for weeks, maybe even a month or more for a sideways move for Bitcoin. So be prepared that this thing is not going to move up anytime soon. I hope I'm wrong. So I don't have a crystal ball, but based on the technicals here and different factors with the Fed and rate cuts and the Fed coming out more hawkish and so forth, and job numbers coming in stronger than expected, the DXY could continue to hold some strength here. But make no mistake about it, in time, it will break down. And I'm not talking years, obviously, but we're talking weeks, possibly into over a month. So just be prepared to be patient and for more potential downside or just sideways chop. Now, one indicator I want to highlight here that is looking bullish and it does need time to play out is the MACD. And that is when the blue line is crossing the orange. It's a bullish sign. So the blue line's making its way up right now. If you go back and look at this on the weekly chart, it has told a story of when we're in a bullish time and when we're in a bearish time. So obviously running up in 2020, blue was above the orange, and even the run up from October 2023 into April of this year, where Bitcoin hit the new all-time high, it was over the orange. So this is just one indicator. I look at multiple indicators and different macro factors, but it just shows that we got to be patient. And here, Titan of Crypto highlighted the following: Bitcoin bounced from the Gaussian channel. Bitcoin price has risen since retesting the Gaussian channel, showing signs of strength. So it's not going to happen tomorrow night. It's not going to happen next week. We got to give it time, let these things play out. But we're seeing that there's light at the end of the tunnel here, both with the price of Bitcoin as well as the DXY. And one of the other indicators I've used to show you guys if the top is in is the Bitcoin Pi Cycle top indicator. Nowhere close. Don't get me wrong, it's closer than it was obviously at the beginning of 2023, but we're nowhere close. The cross of the 111-day moving average and over the 350-day moving average. So look, there's tons of indicators out there. We want to look at all of them to see the full picture. We want to look at the macro factors, the fundamentals, and so forth. So that's how I look at the market. You can't just look at charts. You got to look at macro factors. And I think looking at all these things help you to see the full picture. Here's one other factor that I like to look at to see what whales are doing, and that is stablecoin supply, the minting of stablecoins. We continue to see a significant amount of USDC being minted by Circle. Just yesterday, we had 150 million USD minted. That's just in one day. And we've been seeing this over the past 3 to 4 weeks on a weekly basis. There's been hundreds of millions of dollars worth of USD stablecoin being minted. And that liquidity, of course, is being put into the market. So we got to be patient and let these things play out. Now, guys, we got some interesting news coming from Cardano founder Charles Hoskinson as he throws some shade on Solana and says SUI is better. Now, SUI is a layer one blockchain which has incredible performance. It's very fast. And heads up, I'll be interviewing the founder and the creator of this, Evan Cheng, who's the co-founder and CEO of Miston Labs, which works on SUI. So that interview is coming. I'll be doing that this week. But let me share the details around what Charles had to say. The Cardano founder mentioned in an X post that SUI network is what Solana should have been, indicating that the former is a better option than Solana, which ranks as a top layer one blockchain. His statement came following his revelation on how he had read about SUI. The Cardano founder mentioned that it was great to see George Denises, SUI's initial contributor, work come to life. He added that they deserve great success in the space. So he literally tweeted this out. It's interesting that he said this, especially endorsing SUI. But this isn't the first time that Charles has shaded Solana, especially as Cardano versus Solana comparisons persist. Earlier this year, he suggested that Solana wasn't providing any real network value despite boasting a good ecosystem. Now, this statement follows some recent statements from NSA intelligence contractor Edward Snowden, who said Solana is centralized. So we got some beef brewing here, folks, between Solana folks and Cardano and so forth. What's interesting, Raoul Pal retweeted Charles's tweet about SUI, and he said, "To be fair, I didn't have this on my bingo card, but it's nice not to see tribalism in the space. We are all better together. Hashtag SUI and ADA." Now, could Cardano work with SUI in some way? Maybe. I'll try to get some details from Evan Cheng when I interview him this week. But I don't personally hold a SUI token. I have been looking at it. I've been trying to fight off the FOMO feelings that I've been getting to jump into this token. It looks like it can run, but look, you can't invest in everything. You can't catch everything. I have my portfolio set, and in my portfolio is up since the bear market of 2022. So I'm happy about that. And I'm hoping for another major bull run as we head into 2025, which some would call the fifth wave. And to make some money there. But, if I have some dry powder and if there's a dip on SUI, I may grab some, but right now I don't. I don't know if any of you hold, but let me know. And like I said, I am going to be interviewing Evan this week. And SUI has been running, guys. It's been very strong. It's been one of those altcoins that have been leading the bull market in a way, if you want to say that. Because a lot of altcoins haven't broken out, haven't retraced yet. So SUI has been getting a lot of liquidity. Now, a place where you can buy SUI is on Uphold, which is a great crypto platform I've been using since 2018. They have 300 plus cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, all the top altcoins. Folks, they are fully reserved. They don't commingle or lend out your crypto assets. You can review their transparency reports. I've interviewed the CEO, CFO, and much more. So this is a reliable platform. They also have a really great new product called USD interest accounts where you can earn up to 4.9% APY. You can put your dry powder or your crypto profits in there. I'm currently doing this. And there's no lockups, there's no terms, there's no monthly fees or subscriptions, and it's FDIC insured just like a bank. So if you want to learn more about Uphold, check out the link in the description. Now, guys, Coinbase is jumping in to back Ripple in the SEC appeal. So Coinbase seeks early appeal in SEC case after agency appeals Ripple ruling. So Coinbase has asked the judge in its SEC lawsuit to approve an interlocutory appeal or an appeal granted before the case is decided after the SEC appealed the ruling in its separate case against Ripple. Coinbase seeks to ensure the Second Circuit has as complete a picture as possible by presenting its case for appeal around the same time as the SEC's appeal in the Ripple case. So we've seen the SEC be hypocrites, right? In one case, they'll argue something, and in the other case, they'll argue something else. So they don't stand on any foundation or abiding by the law. We've seen them lie to the courts. We saw in the recent Binance court document where they put in the footer, "Oh, we apologize for using crypto asset securities. We caused confusion and all that." And then while in another case, they're saying crypto asset securities, right? Clear hypocrisy, lots of lying. But look, there's nothing new here that we've been talking about this for years. So Coinbase may have gotten a bit of a gotcha moment here where they're going to use this SEC hypocrisy to say, hey, look, see what they're doing over here? So this could put the SEC in a bind, but let's see where it goes. Eleanor Terra de Fox Business highlights some more details here. Coinbase cites the SEC's Ripple appeal in a new letter to urge Judge Falia to grant its own request for interlocutory appeal. Coinbase notes that the SEC's appeal underscores the ambiguity surrounding the Howey test's application to secondary market sales, further emphasizing the need for a court to clarify it at a higher level. Now, attorney James Murphy, Meta Lawman, weighed in. He said another smart move by Coinbase here, as it's astounding that Judge Falia never ruled on Coinbase's original motion for interlocutory appeal filed back in April. Those motions are normally ruled on very quickly. The SEC's appeal in Ripple's case just strengthened Coinbase's argument. So let's see where this goes. And I'm hoping some other industry players jump in to back Ripple as well, because many of the industry folks who have been fighting the SEC have been using the Ripple ruling from Judge Torres. So for years, I've been saying, united we stand, divided we fall. We are all facing the common enemy, even if we're competitors. Exchanges are competitors, but they should come together. Kraken, Coinbase, and so forth, Robinhood, Uniswap, and share their legal knowledge and pool their resources and go after the SEC because Gensler is going after everything. He doesn't care. His job is to destroy these crypto startups, not destroy crypto. As I've been saying, there's some people who say destroy crypto. I don't think so, because what's happening in parallel to all these things? BlackRock is tokenizing, launching ETFs, custodying reserves for Circle's USD stablecoin. You got Franklin Templeton, you got Fidelity, you got ARK. You have all these big players, right? So it's not to kill crypto. Crypto's here to stay. Make no mistake about it. It's to get rid of the startups, the guys who front ran Jamie Dimon and the banks and are making tons of money. Coinbase going public. They're making billions of dollars in revenue. I've often told you guys, do you think the folks at Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan are happy capital is leaving investment accounts, or is not going to their investment accounts, but is going to crypto hedge funds and crypto projects? They don't like that because they can't even touch it yet, right? Due to regulations. Remember, for years, they controlled the investment market and they were gatekeeping this, and you had to be an accredited investor. Now, anybody can access a token around the globe. They hate that. That's a big disruption to Wall Street, if you think about it. Now, obviously, with them launching ETFs, they can somewhat catch up. But in order to catch up, you got to get rid of these smaller guys or these new players on the block. So that's the game that's happening here. And it's not exclusive to crypto, but it's very prominent in crypto because you have the disruption of money, of investing, of finance, and so forth. It's one of the biggest disruptions in history, folks. So this is why you see Gensler and Elizabeth Warren and a lot of these agencies going crazy. They're going ham on the crypto industry because the big boys, Jamie Dimon and all of them, are getting disrupted, and they've made the phone calls. If you don't believe that, that's not a conspiracy theory. I verified that with people in DC and so forth, but that is not some far-fetched idea. The point is that they make campaign donations to the members of Congress and the likes of Elizabeth Warren. There's a revolving door with Wall Street and the government. Let's look at Gensler. He's a Goldman guy, right? Look at all the people throughout history that have gone from Wall Street to the government and vice versa. So it's pretty clear as day what's happening here. Once again, look at the two things happening in parallel. But one of the great things, guys, at least living here in the United States, checks and balances, and the courts are coming in big time, and the SEC is taking some big losses. So we hope that these cases, the Ripple and Coinbase, can win, at least win the lion's share of the lawsuit, so that the SEC continues to take hits. And of course, we can hope that Congress can get some legislation through by the end of the year. And obviously a president has to sign that into place. But if we can at least get it out of the Senate, that's a big hurdle to get over. It can help resolve a lot of these things, because the FIT 21 bill made it out the House with Democrat support with the Republicans. We got to get it through the Senate. And Chuck Schumer, big time Democrat, and some other folks in the Senate are talking about getting this through. So fingers crossed, guys. That would be great if we can get it through the Senate by the end of the year, and then a new president comes in, in January, and hopefully they can get by Q1. That thing is signed into law, guys, and it can align with the bull market continuing into 2025. So I'm optimistic because things are moving faster than expected. Crypto is the biggest spender in this election, spending over $200 million. Many Democrats are waking up and turning their backs on Elizabeth Warren and Gary Gensler. So we can only hope and pray. Guys, let me know what you think about this news. Leave your thoughts and comments below. Hit the thumbs up button. Don't forget to sign up for my free email newsletter on Substack. It's 100% free. Also, grab a copy of my book, Rethinking Crypto, on Amazon. Buy a copy to support the podcast. Buy a few copies for your friends and family who want to learn about crypto. If you bought a copy already, please leave a rating and review. It will really help me out. Thank you guys. I appreciate you all, and I'll talk to you all later.